Hi, welcome back to AFTV and welcome to AFTV News Daily. Thank you for tuning in. I know it's a big game for the Euros today, especially if you're an England fan, because England are playing Scotland. We can just see on the TV behind us, it looks like floods of people at Wembley. I mean, it's not meant to be a packed crowd, obviously, for obvious reasons. No. But obviously, the Scotland fans have also been making their way to London. I'm here with the one and only Harvey.
Thanks for having me.
How are you? Making his AFTV News Daily debut.
This is my News Daily debut.
Thank you for joining, man.
It's been a while, but yeah, it's great to be here. I mean, first of all, let me just.
You did assess,
yeah. Thank you for joining us for the news. But
yeah,
anyway,
he always does it, and I'm like, there's not. It's a blank piece of paper.
They're all blank.
I mean, this actually has stuff on it, but
yes, James, you shouldn't be watching that now.
Sorry.
But yeah,
just the comment section.
I'm just gonna first of all mention, obviously, AFTV VIP is the brilliant web app that we've got here at AFTV. With all the exclusive content, Forever Arsenal podcast. You had your, what was it called? The one you did on Saka.
Target Man.
I love that.
Yeah, we want to do more of those actually. Well, hopefully soon. I mean, we there's always going to be a bit of space between episodes, but obviously the Euros, there's a lot going on. Yeah, we will do it soon. I think Thomas Partey is going to be the next one.
Okay, yeah. High production shows they are. So yeah, you got How's Your Touch with Cecil backflipping, dancing, and trying to show off his football skills. Articles, selectors, predictors, everything you could wish for, all on AFTV VIP. Free trial for 2 weeks and $2.99 after that. So just click the link in the description and you can go take a look at that. And I fully recommend. So yeah, James, please.
Yeah, man.
Take us through it.
I mean, genuinely, I've had so much fun with all the stuff we've been doing on AFTV VIP. So do go check it out. Firstly, just a big shout out to Lee and Pippa, who are also in the building.
Thanks for being here. Thank you.
Joining us for the England watch along on the Don Robbie channel.
Studio audience. It's
actually,
a pressure situation.
This is quite nice. Actually, we're sort of developing more of an audience as the Euros goes on. And that's Yeah, we don't got some, I'm just not even going to dignify that comment. Anyway, let's get into it. As always, Arsenal, probably the most entertaining club in the world. Actually, I put just behind Tottenham, who seem to be on the brink of hiring a different manager every day. I mean, I'm sure there's some great Tottenham channels out there who are doing news shows every day, and it's fair to say they've probably got their fair share of content to talk about. But Arsenal never disappoint either in that area. Lots to talk about. The main topic of the day, a name I thought we'd be hearing more in this transfer window, has finally crept up again, and that is Houssem Aouar. Going to go into it in a little bit. Going to talk about whether a £20 million deal could be struck with Lyon for Houssem Aouar, so we'll see about that. Other things to talk about, we are kicking off the Premier League campaign, not just against Brentford, we're kicking off the whole campaign with a Friday night game. We'll go into that, what that might mean for Arsenal. Does it really matter? Does it make a difference starting first game? We'll chat about that. Is there a £250 million war chest for Mikel Arteta this summer? When you look at some of the players being linked, and I've seen that rumour going around. Other big news, Kieran Tierney is on the brink of a new contract as well with Arsenal, and Maitland-Niles could be looked at by Watford. So do send in your comments. Let us know what you think of these players. Let us know what you want to be seeing at the club. And yeah, just anything you want to ask us, let us know. Harvey, let's get straight into it. Before I go into what's being said at the moment in the news and kind of what I read today, what did you make when we were linked to Aouar last season?
I thought it was going to happen, to be honest. I thought it was more likely than Thomas Partey happened.
Yeah, I think a lot of people felt that.
Clearly I was wrong. And I think it was mentioned the other day actually on the Forever Arsenal podcast. It was like, it was Partey and Aouar. Those were the targets. Then it became Partey or Aouar. And then obviously it was Partey. And now, I mean, if we get Aouar, then great. I mean, what was it, 40 million, 50 million last year?
That's the thing, it was pushing on excess of 50 million, they were saying. It was a deal that I thought was incredibly necessary for Arsenal because we were missing that link man from midfield to attack.
Which we still are, I think.
I think we still are. I think even though Odegaard came in and did very well in fairness, and Smith Rowe developed. It's not about what they do in the final third. Yes, we needed that player, but we also needed the player who got it from middle third to final third, and Aouar's kind of an expert at that. A lot of people sort of tell me that Granit Xhaka does that quite well. I sort of agree if he's given the time and space to do it, but when pressed, I think he struggles a lot more than an Aouar who's got a bit more flair, a bit more dynamism about him.
Would Aouar be the Aouar? I don't want to sound like Robbie pronouncing all these names wrong. Houssem Aouar, whatever he would call it.
I think he said Aouar.
Aouar, okay, whatever. But yeah, Aouar, I
could be careful. He's going to kick us out, you know.
That's fine. He's on a different stream. It's fine. No, but would Aouar be the replacement for Xhaka then? Is that what we're saying?
Well,
because there's all sorts of names which I'm sure we'll go into. There's been Aouar, there's been Neves, there's been Basuma, there's been Lokonga, there's been Ødegaard, there was Buendia, there's James Maddison. Honestly, Jack Grealish. Well, listen, there's all these different names. Who's going to be replacing who? And
so yeah, I think Arteta sees Partey as the defensive midfielder. I think Partey's got a much better passing range than people give him credit for. I think he's got a better eye and execution for a pass than people maybe give him credit for. Defensively, in terms of protecting the defence as a one, because he's very good on the press. He's very good at chasing people down, winning the ball back, being strong, putting in a tackle. But that's different to covering space and being a one-man wall in front of a back four. So that's where I think people have their doubts about Partey as a holding midfielder, and actually would rather see him as more of a box-to-box.
Yeah.
I don't think that's how Arteta sees him. No? I think Arteta sees him as a lone holding midfielder, and he wants or maybe not a lone, but maybe the deepest of the two, and then an Aouar next to him who plays a bit more. I think that's what he sees. People might think that's crazy because Aouar is considered to have a bit more flair than that, maybe operates more in the final third of the pitch. I disagree. I think he could be more of that deep-lying playmaker.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I guess it's just like in moments he could be that player that we want him to be, and not the player that Arteta's going to make him, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Do you remember, not that they're a partnership that brought, unbridled success at Arsenal, but Coquelin and Cazorla. Do you remember those two when they played as a two and Ozil in front? That's kind of how I envisage Partey, and then you bring in an Aouar who's got that little bit more. He's the Cazorla in the role. He's kind of the flair. He's the press-resistant, creative midfielder from deep.
I guess that would make sense, but what is it, 20 million we're hearing?
Well, so, yeah, actually, and you rightly bring me on to the story. So, I can't remember which journalist it was. The rumours were doing rounds on social media that a potentially £20 million bid could be on the table for Arsenal. Lyon they were struggling financially last year, even more so this year. I don't think they made the Champions League. I'm not sure they had the best of campaigns. In fact, Aouar himself, I don't think had his best season last year. The pandemic's played a big part. And I think a year on, where, do you remember last year when we were linked, everyone kept saying, Arsenal need to get the deal done because next season Man City will go for him and Barcelona will go for him and PSG will go for him. Actually, that's not really amounted to anything. And if anything, I think Lyon are thinking, we need to just get this deal done. We just need him to move on because they've got other talented midfielders.
Yeah, I think you're right. We like buying players from the French league. Gabriel, Pepe. Those are the first two that pop into my head. Lacazette, because Aubameyang played in the French league but wasn't necessarily there when we bought him. But yeah, I guess there's a load of players that come out of Lyon and Lille. I tend to see that they're kind of the clubs that tend to bring us some good players, or just in general good players out.
I think that's absolutely spot on. We've got a comment here from Aditya says, Aouar will replace Xhaka. Yeah, so he's directly answering your question there. I think not in the way Xhaka used to drop into the back three and almost play as a left back. I don't think he would do that, Aouar, but I think he would give a more natural balance to the midfield. And I think if Arteta had the men he wanted in the team, you'd see less of that. Xhaka's a midfielder but goes to left back, and Tierney's a left back who basically is left wing. I think you'd see less of that, tweaking of roles, and actually something a bit more balanced.
That's what we've seen all season. We've had formation like this, formation like that, players in these positions, player in those positions, these players bench, these players out the squad. It's crazy. I mean, there's a comment here though from Ashton who said he's just seen Aouar in Greg's on Holloway Road asking for direction to the Emirates. That's as good as confirmed. Thank you, Ashton.
I've just seen this here
on the ground. As always.
Some of the comments are too good. Yeah, all right, fair enough. Look, a deal I still want to happen. People were very much questioning whether Aouar, after this last season in French football, maybe wasn't quite at it. Maybe I think people were almost trying to suggest that we saw his almost true colours, which I think is really unfair on the guy. I think he's, how do I put it? I think he's had a bad season. Or sorry. Let me rephrase. I don't watch that much French football, so I don't want to be putting things like that out there.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't think he's had a season as good as the one he had before. I don't think he built on his reputation. If anything, maybe his rep slightly declined a little bit after this last season. But I still think he's a very, very talented player. And that's what I mean when I say bad season. Yeah, I think maybe by the standards he set, he didn't quite match those. In fact, if anyone here in the comment section does watch a lot of French football, watch a lot of Lyon.
There's Omar here who said that he spoke to a Lyon fan this morning and he told him that Aouar is a baller and would be extremely disappointed if Arsenal buy him. Bargain.
That's my thoughts. I kind of, from a distance I hold that view. I'm no expert, but I like people joke about watching players on YouTube and catching highlights and making decisions, because if my highlights went on YouTube I'd look great and I'm not very good. You can watch.
Nothing.
You're being nice about me.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay. Go check out How's Your Touch, where I beat Cecil in a shooting challenge.
Yeah, fine. I guess that's that.
He's a Crawley striking legend. What I find when I watch a player like Aouar, if you just look at the highlights and you almost just got to contextualise in your head, he's playing at one of the top leagues in Europe. Yeah. I like his style. I like his flow when he plays. Do you know what I mean? He's got this kind of like, when he gets the ball, he's very elegant on the ball. He can beat a man, he can dribble, he can take players on. He's got a lovely way to pass. Yeah. He's got that ability to kind of ping it long, come short, be effective in the final third, be effective in the defensive third. I like him a lot. I really hope we still pursue him. I know it had gone cold a little bit, but I'm glad that those rumours are starting to resurface. Let's see if it's because I remember Fabrizio Romano, and you can correct me because I know you like to every now and again tap into what Romano's been.
I love Fabrizio Romano.
Yeah, I knew you were a big
great friend of mine.
I knew you were a bit. You got his number, haven't you?
I might.
Wow.
I might.
All right, showing off here. Tell him I'm Italian. Maybe I'll get his number.
You know what? We should get you on with Robbie, and you should just talk in Italian.
That'd be fun.
And not have Robbie know what's going on.
The thing is, he's properly Italian. I mean, I'm half. He'd butcher my accent.
Where in Italy are you from?
Well, my cousins are in Milan, so
nice.
I just say Milan. It's easier. It's kind of the outskirts.
Yeah.
But anyway,
off topic there.
Very much so.
I apologise.
But Romano was himself saying that Aouar was loved by Arteta. I remember his tweet saying Arteta's obsessed with Aouar. Arteta loves Aouar, and I don't see how in 1 year after coming so close to signing him, that might have changed so drastically. So I was surprised that. The rumours didn't resurface.
There's a few questions to ask. I mean, as I've named all those midfielders before that we are linked with. We're not going to get all of them, are we? So I don't know. Are we going to get 2? We're going to get 3? I don't know. I guess maybe we get a Aouar, a Basuma, and attacking midfielder, possibly.
Listen, that's the kind of ambition we want to see from our owners. That's it. That's it right there.
Yeah, I mean, one as well. I know you've got it in there about Maitland-Niles. He's a midfielder / utility player, I guess, that we've got to talk about. And also Joe Willock. They are still midfielders. El Neni as well.
And they're still at the club.
Exactly. So what happens now? What happens? We can't be thinking about bringing these in if we're not going to let them go. And someone like Willock, I've seen, since he went on loan to Newcastle, a lot of Arsenal fans have changed their opinion. Because he did so well.
And rightly so, because that is exactly the point of a loan deal. You go out so you can show what you can do when you get regular football, and he has done that. He has absolutely fulfilled the role of a loan deal, and whether that gets us a very healthy fee for him, or it gives us a Premier League proven midfielder who can score goals, either way it's a win-win for Arsenal. So you're very right, and we do have to sometimes consider that he is very much still a part of these plans. I want to touch on the Maitland-Niles thing, but actually we may as well go into it right now.
Yeah, go for it.
I have a theory that the reason someone like Granit Xhaka is off for, they say 17 to 20 million, maybe some add-ons in there, is because Arsenal aren't so worried about what they recoup for these players. They actually just want to clear the squad. It's more a case of, with all due respect, and I don't mean to sound almost, like I'm objectifying, players like Xhaka and stuff, but almost like they're just saying, just get rid. Just get rid, get them gone, move them out, clear up the squad, make the space, and then we'll be okay to bring in who
I like that. I'm very, get the deadwood out kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I had that conversation with Robbie around November, December time on AFTV Next Gen, which is currently not on AFTV, but was.
It will be back there, don't you worry. Yes. And we're just going to give a wave to Lee Judges, who's up. Remember, we are on the Don Robbie channel for watch-alongs for every single Euros game.
Every single Euros
so you'll
game.
catch him there in a bit.
But yeah, that's something that I'd said to Robbie, like, get the deadwood out in January, and that's something which Arteta has got to do. Okay, Mustafi left, Kolasinac went out on loan. Fine. Yeah, fine. There's a bit there, but there's still a load more. And is it? I mean, it's a difficult one because, like, yeah, we want to spend the money, we want to bring in these new players, but it's also like, if Arsenal and the Cronkies, whatever, are not putting in the money as it is or aren't spending the money, why would it be a smart business decision to let these players go for less than they should be worth? Or are these players not worth much anymore because we haven't managed?
Well, I think it's a balance of, and I'm sure I'm going to get the delusion comments. So I'll be keeping an eye on the comment section, see who's calling me deluder when I say this.
I can do it. Yeah.
Thank you. I think the answer to that is that maybe, and I'm just saying maybe, but if the reports from very reliable journalists are to be believed in terms of the players that we're trying to sign, the number of players we want to sign, the overhaul that we're planning, maybe the answer to that is actually the Cronkies for the first time have really freed up some proper funds for Arteta.
We've heard this before, though. We've heard this before.
Do you know what, Harv?
Let us know what you guys think.
I know I'm going to sound really boring.
No.
We have heard it before, but not like this.
I know. I agree with you.
Do you know what I mean?
I agree with you completely, but I'm also like, surely not. Like, not again. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Nicholas Samuel says rubbish. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, maybe it is.
It probably is rubbish. But what I'm saying is, this is the first time I've heard journalists in a long time come out and say he's going to be given 4 or 5 first team players.
Yeah, we're a football club. We're a big football club, so we should be. But it doesn't mean
I'm not saying well done Cronkies. Like that should be staple for this club. But the point I'm trying to answer what you were asking about, why some of these players might be going out quite cheaply, because let's face it, if Arsenal are in a position where actually the return on certain players isn't that crucial, they might actually be at a point where they're thinking, realistically, Jacko, we could get 25 million for
deluded him. James back again, deluded Banter FC. Oh, people don't like it. And then people are like, there is chance.
Do you know what?
Well, we promised a war chest 2 seasons ago. Listen, I think you might be right, but we've heard it so many times, I don't know what to do. If it happens, these are my arms. Come here, I open, I hug. There you go. But it's not gonna. I don't know.
I'll pick out some names. Nathan, Shab, although Shabba's being nice to me as well. Brandon Live. I remember, guys. I will remember. And if we have the window that I quietly think we might, I will remember. Look, I don't know. I'm just putting out theories, guys. Do I think we're going to have some amazing window where we spend 200 million and address every player, every position that we need? No, I don't think that. But I think we'll have a bigger window. I hope so, and I think we'll have a bigger window than people expect. Is all I'm saying. I think we'll deliver more than people are expecting Arsenal to do, and that is why
I think you're right on that. Yeah. In the sense that the fact that we bid. Okay, fine, we missed out. We bid for Buendia. We bid for Ben White, and it's very, very early stage of the transfer window. It's not like Arsenal to plan ahead like this, which is my only hope. Yeah. Because, we're probably still going to be involved come the end of the window. We always are.
Yeah. I don't think we'll go into the opening day with everything.
That's what I mean. There's a few areas we've got to address. Obviously, there's no time for us to go into it now, but there's right back position. We look like we're getting Ben White, a backup left back perhaps, 2, 3 maybe midfield players. I guess that's kind of it. A goalkeeper as well. We're seeing things.
I mean, goalkeeper. Fonana. If Fonana is available,
is Matt Ryan coming back?
Well, I've got a couple of good questions here. Firstly, Mohammed asks, guys, thoughts on Frankie de Jong of Barcelona? I think he's quality, but I don't think we'd get him. Honestly, just for the simple fact.
When I play FIFA. Yeah, he's always in my career mode. He's one of the first players I signed.
He's brilliant. I love him. Then this is a really good question. If I just find it from Dybala. Dybala Remy says, what exactly do you consider a bigger window? Let's put it this way. I think people think we'll sign 3, maybe 4 players for about 80, 90 million. I think people think that's what we'll do. Well, actually, even that's generous. 3 or 4 players for maybe 60 to 80 million. I think that's the expectation. I actually think we'll do 5 minimum, and I think we'll spend, not net spend, there'll be outgoings too. I think we'll spend 100 plus. I think we'll spend 100 to 120 million on players.
Yeah.
Just me?
Is that what we spent with Emery?
Not far off.
Not far off.
Not far off.
But how many of those players have we actually kept? Or Torreira looks off, Guendouzi looks off, Leno, people...
There's a great list.
I've seen a few of them in the chats. Also, I just want to address something. People are saying, is this the kid that said Allegri signed a contract for Arsenal after Wenger left? No, that's not me. Okay? Just wanted to address that. My only claim to fame is AFTV Next Gen and my Piers Morgan interview.
That wasn't
little drop in there.
That wasn't hard.
But no, I no. Allegri's not coming. He was never coming, and I never had any involvement. I'm very sorry.
That's a great.
Someone called Robbie World has said Maddison and a right back should be the priority. Just Maddison though? Is that a keep Willock situation then? Is that a keep Willock Partey?
Listen, if you're not bringing in central midfielders, then you're saying that El Neni and Willock will basically be playing first team. So. It's an interesting one. Let's move.
I'm also not James's son, as what some people are saying. No, I'm not James's son.
You guys are two jokes. No. And thank you for the love that Harvey and I are getting as well.
Really appreciate it.
In the comment section. We appreciate it.
People are liking Aouar. Listen,
No, listen, I think Aouar is a must get. I think you go do it if you can. Let's go through, because we do have a few bits of other news. We'll rattle through these quite quickly, as we are going to want to let you go off to the Don Robbie stream, which is starting in 9 minutes, 8 minutes. Who's on that? Lee, X, Robbie.
Lee, X, Robbie, Pippa, Abby,
Pippa, of course.
I think Charlene.
Yeah, there's loads of them.
And we also got a Scotland fan. There's a Scotland fan as well.
Is there?
Yeah, there's a Scotland fan today.
Oh, wow. Bloody hell, fair play. Okay.
I know.
So,
there's Bill. Will, the Scotland fan. Well, he might.
Check him out on the Don Robbie channel. So, been revealed that Arsenal will be kicking off the Premier League campaign on Friday night of that opening weekend. So I think that's Friday the 13th.
Oh, God.
Is that right?
On Friday 13th meant to be bad luck, depending on who you are.
Yep. Let me have a little look, guys. If I go to August, it is a Friday. I think it's Friday the 13th. So that away tie against Brentford. Obviously, the season was kicking off that Saturday, but we are kicking it off that Friday night.
We often kick the season off, don't we? I remember going to Arsenal-Leicester. Did we win that?
Arsenal. We did 4-3. I remember Ramsey and Giroud.
No, there was a more recent one. I think it was 3-2.
It was 4-3, that one. 2017.
I thought there was a more recent one. I don't know.
Giroud. So Ramsey equalised in the 83rd or something, and Giroud in the 87th.
Oh, we won that.
Won it.
Okay.
We did win.
It's okay then.
We did win. So yeah, our most recent Friday night kickoff of the Premier League Cup. But I wanted to ask what your kind of view is, if you have one, on being the curtain raiser for the Premier League. Does it? I guess if I'm being quite blunt, does it make any difference whether you play that Sunday morning game or that Friday night game, or because I've always thought when you got that kind of Saturday 3 p.m. kickoff, it's just you and your fans, and you're just getting on with it. Do you know what I mean? In a weird way, it's just
I get you.
eyes on everyone and whatever. But this feels like, I know what it will be like. There'll be a month between the end of the Euros, which is 11th of July, the start of the Premier League campaign is 14th of August,
or
13th now, and everyone will just be in that month thinking, ready for football. And then all eyes will be on that Friday night, under the lights at the Brentford Community Stadium.
Against
I think the name
newly promoted,
a good side,
a very good side,
and all eyes on Arsenal, who know they've got a really tough start and need to open with a win.
I don't care until I see who we've signed.
Really?
Do you know what I mean? Like, if
I get what you mean.
Like at the moment, newly promoted Brentford side, they're going to be on it, whatever. But we've been not great, so I'm not really surprised in that sense.
Yeah.
So if we've got an Aouar, we've got a Maddison, a good right, whatever, then maybe it's like, fine, actually.
Yeah.
Have your eyes on us. Arsenal's back, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? That's what we can hope for anyway. But Friday night game shouldn't really make a difference. I think, especially because
in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't. I could just imagine being the kind of thing that gets to Arsenal.
And the evening games we're going to get.
Yeah, actually, it's a good point. Actually, you're right. Actually, midweek evening game. Actually, enjoy it while you can. Arsenal.
All eyes on Arteta, Taylor said. Fair enough. Absolutely. I guess it is squad revamp necessary, says Geordie.
Yep, spot on. Let's go through the last bit of news. I want to leave to the end because I think it's the best bit of news. Kieran Tierney is on the brink of signing a new contract.
Love that.
He's had a nice healthy pay rise, I think, and good for him. He absolutely deserves it.
I bet he has.
Do you know what? I was so happy when I saw this, tying down one of our best. he's still a prospect in some ways because there's still a few years to seeing a sort of what you call typical prime years. He's a very classy footballer. He's just wears his heart on his sleeve. I think he's going to be the captain of Arsenal one day. I love him. I love what he represents. We're going to see him tonight. I want England to win, but I don't want him to lose.
Well, you said that. We're going to see him tonight.
Yeah, he'll probably put a performance of a lifetime.
No, you made it as if we're going out for dinner with him or something.
Oh, imagine. I don't know. It's only good news, isn't it?
I think so. I mean, we still need to address the backup left-back situation as well. Again, no idea what's happening there, but I'm sure some news will develop throughout the window. But yeah, I think Tierney's a good player. He's a great player. One of my favourite players. I think every Arsenal fan has kind of warmed to him because of it. So yeah, I guess.
But there's something so beautifully like in an age.
He's a proper player.
In an age
you know what
of.
I mean by that? Like, he's old school.
Yeah.
He's a proper player. He's old school.
Listen, in an age of, and by the way, I encourage all players to get whatever haircut they want and do whatever they want on social media and whatever. Yeah. But in an age where that's very prevalent in kind of football players and their personality, he's just the guy who turns up with it's a cliche a little bit now, but turns up with a Tesco bag, and his kind of very bog standard haircut and a shirt tucked in, and he just wants to play football. Yeah. And he is very, very good at all aspects of the game, defensively, aerially, going forward. He can score goals, he can get assists, he's fast, he's athletic, he just kind of ticks every box. And I've got a lot of time for Kieran Tierney. I want him to wear that armband one day.
I'm sure he
will. I think he absolutely deserves to. And he's got this kind of... I think he's got very high standards for himself and the team. And I want to keep players like that in and around the squad. And the very last thing I'll say about this deal, does it reflect maybe the club starting to get on top of contractual situations with players?
Maybe it is. Maybe about time.
Listen, people could easily say, no, don't get carried away. But this is one thing I'm willing to get carried away on, because we managed to tie down Saka, we tied down Aubameyang, we tied down Balogun, Smith Rowe's very close, we tied down Martinelli.
I'm a bit worried about these bids and interests from the likes of Villa, whatever. So
okay, but we're close on it.
We're close.
In years gone by, we'd be hearing that Smith Rowe's pretty much definitely on his way. Saka would have gone. Yep. But I said Martinelli got tied down. He'd only been at the club a year. And now Kieran Tierney. Yeah. I think that does represent a potential change, or at least an understanding that it's not good for our club to operate the way they have with contracts of late.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right.
For everything I've just said, there's a Lacazette who's got 1 year left. Exactly. There's an Eddie Nketiah got 1 year left.
That's the thing. Is Laka going? Is it Eddie going? I don't know. We talk a lot about ins. Who's actually going out? Xhaka's the only one we're really hearing. Is Willian actually going to go? What's happening to Reece Nelson?
Yeah,
there's a lot that needs to happen. We've left it, like, it's been so many windows and so many summers that we've kind of just left players. They've come in or they spend a lot of time out on loan. It's about time, we do what we need to do, whether it's tie them down or get them out, whatever it is.
Yeah,
it's going to be an interesting window. It's going to be an interesting summer. Hopefully we can get excited.
Listen, with some of the players we've been linked to, some of the bids we're making, that hope and excitement is creeping in, but I'm trying to just push it away because I know what this club can do. But in fairness, it's looking positive. If we can get a signing in, they're saying Lokonga is very close.
Yeah, that looks close.
If we can get a signing in, pretty soon, that'd be pretty good.
Got a super chat here.
Super chat from Milo saying sell Bella into DTFC.
I have a feeling DTFC won't take him. I feel like DT has a certain opinion on
oh my. Anyway,
but, also I don't think I think Bellerin is too good for DTFC, to be honest. Sorry,
DT. 100%.
Sorry, DT.
A good question from OBFN says Sabitzer over Maddison. Thoughts? Yeah. I like Sabitzer.
A lot of people are saying Sabitzer or Aouar, Sabitzer or Maddison. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or are we just getting excited because he's been decent for Austria in the Euros?
In fairness, I think he's been decent for a while, but I do get what you mean.
But I feel like there's the extra excitement, like Aouar. Okay, well I haven't seen him play in ages. Yeah. I haven't really kept tabs on any.
That's very true.
French football. He's not playing in the Euros, or is he? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
No,
exactly.
He's not.
You're not hearing about him.
Yeah, very, very true.
So,
all right, well, guys, it's been fun. It's flown by. Can't believe half an hour goes just like that. That's kind of the nature of talking about Arsenal and trying to unravel the mess that they give us every single day when we come to do these news shows. And I've got sort of 5, 6, 7 different bullet points of news, which is completely different to the news the day before, and it's going to be completely different to the news the day after, because that is just the nature of Arsenal Football Club.
And that's why AFTV News Daily exists.
Exactly, to try and make sense of this all. Guys, just a reminder, News Daily is every weekday, so you won't see us on the weekends, but as we are in 1 minute, which is why we've got to leave, the Don Robbie channel is covering all the Euros games, every single group stage game,
so go
through to
there,
the final
honestly,
as well.
You can leave us now. We're done. You can leave us.
We're done.
Go watch the Don Robbie channel. All right, it's going to be a great stream.
It's going to be a great game.
This game, I think everyone's a bit more excited for, and maybe we can actually, I don't know, actually put in a performance this time. It's like watching Arsenal last time.
We'll see. Listen, I was in the camp that felt England weren't all that the other day, but others were very, very happy. So it'll be interesting to see what we get from England today. Harvey, thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Absolute pleasure.
It's been nice to be here. Maybe I'll be back. Maybe I'll be back.
100% be back. Remember, AFTV VIP, link in the description below. $2.99 a month, but there's a 2-week free trial at the beginning for exclusive shows and ad-free content
Smashed
as well.
It.
Thank
Amazing.
you. I've been practicing it for a few months now. I just stand in the mirror and I just practice this so I get it right, and Harvey it can be happy with me. And as we just said, head over to the Don Robbie channel. Do like this video and subscribe. We'll be back every weekday, and there's all sorts of transfer content coming out on the channel as well. Thank you for joining us, guys.
Amazing.
Enjoy the game tonight. We'll see you soon.